go. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real, the only way to be. Hopefully everybody can hear me clearly here. Okay, well, today's topic we're going to be getting into is the history of YouTube, changes and now for content creators. Okay, so we're going to get into this one. I think it was over a week ago, I was at another content creator's live stream, and his name is Mr. Wise, and he showed this video, and I thought it was very interesting and very helpful to learn a little bit about the history of YouTube. It was interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show this guy's video. Then I'm going to also put in the description his link to the video so you can, check out the video for yourself. And it was very interesting. So I'm going to show this video. And also, everybody please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. And tell me, do you agree, you disagree, or, share your thoughts and opinions of being a content creator on YouTube. And what do you go through? Your ups and downs, the good and bad and the ugly. And I'm also going to do a video on the good and the bad and ugly of being a YouTuber, and I'm going to get into YouTube etiquette. So I'm going to follow that one. I might be doing it next week. I'm not really quite sure when I'm going to do that one, but it's going to be coming soon. So just stay tuned, check the community post, and also see what I have scheduled. Okay, so we're going to get into this topic, and I'm going to show the video. And y'all, if anybody would like to come up on the panel and share their thoughts and opinions, I will put the link in the chat and feel free. And also tonight, I have my co-host, the real Jack Newtown. So he's here, and he's going to help me a little bit with this, like maybe, explain certain points and anything that people might not understand or I don't understand. So thank you, Jack, for being a lifesaver. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to greet the people that's in here, and also people watching the replay. Feel free to look at the description so you get the timestamps, okay? All right, my life with the shy, hugs and kisses to you. Glad to have you here. I know, right? What are they trying to do now? This is an interesting video, so tell me what you think. Okay, and of course, Jack, that one busy mama. Dome, hugs and kisses to you. All right, content real though. All right, we have here Love to Travel with Waves. Hi and welcome. Make sure everybody hit that like button. All right. I love you too, Dome. I love your channel too. You be going in. All right. And Lisa, my dear, hugs and kisses. You had an awesome live. Awesome. All right, one busy mom. I got my purple hearts. That's right. Come in, put the purple hearts. All right. Who else we have up in here? Okay, and the real welcome. Make sure everybody hit those likes. Hopefully everybody's doing good this evening. All right, I'm trying to get through this here because I don't want to hold y'all forever here. And thank you for everybody coming. And let you know, anybody who's new here, I usually do lives on Thursday evening around this time. And I do other videos, and my channel is basically about dating, love, relationships. But today we're going to get into content creators. Okay, I'm a content creator, and so is others. All righty. Okay, let me see. Oh my gosh, quite a few comments here. Yes, thank you, peace. All right, that's right. Love to travel, doing the purple hearts. You're so welcome, Lisa. That was so cool. It was laid back, and I was at work, so I was like, something to do, keep me busy. Okay. All right. Everybody here, let's get to this, okay? I'm going to share the screen, and then as I share the screen, we're going to get into this video. Okay. All right. Just listen to the music. Give me a second to share it. All right, let me turn down this StreamYard music. All right, how do you do this? Oh, simple. Just press stop. Right. Okay, I'm going to show this video. And the name of this guy's video is Why YouTube is Dying. So we're gonna get into this video and share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section because I thought this was very interesting. I think he just did a fabulous job with this video. All right, everybody, we're gonna get ready to roll here in a second. Okay, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Stripe Hayes, and this video is about how YouTube is creatively and artistically dying. As a content maker, I've already broken some of the vital rules of YouTube. I've made this video over 10 minutes long, so most people won't watch it. I haven't used a reactionary thumbnail of me clutching my face in horror. I haven't used jump cuts, and I've not asked you to like or subscribe. I'm fully aware I've made all of these mistakes because they are actually part of the problem. In this video, I'm going to explain 1. Where YouTube came from and its original purpose. 2. The golden years of YouTube and what it was like during the early age of the internet. And 3. How we've devolved into the advertising-ruled corporate sludge of content we are now in. As with all my videos, I'll be analysing the facts and figures available, as well as adding my own personal experiences in as examples. So grab a drink and settle in as we explore the reasons why YouTube is dying. And then I will tell you, in my opinion, the exact day it died. Let me be clear, YouTube is not dying financially. YouTube is owned by Google, whom in turn is owned by Alphabet, one of the largest, most powerful companies on earth. They're simply too big to fail and will continue to run YouTube for many years yet. The death of YouTube is not monetary. It's an artistic death, a creative death. It is my belief as a YouTube content creator and avid user that YouTube itself is now a breeding ground and home for vapid, meaningless content, such as effortless fake prank videos, over-sexualized, creepy videos insidiously aimed at children, and multinational companies using it as a hosting site to re-upload reality TV shows, talent shows, or adverts, and double their viewership. What YouTube has become is so far from what it was, a hosting site for fun videos, creative people, allowing anyone with a camera and a good idea to achieve recognition.
Hold on now.
YouTube provided a free platform for any.
What you just showed, that original YouTube look, that's how it originally looked before it got, corporatized. It looked just like that. Just like with you start to see some of these other platforms that has these YouTube channels, they all look like that until they get corporatized.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I will resume. There'll be times that Jack and I will be pausing to break down certain things, so just want to let you know. All right, I will resume, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Jack.
Anyone with a creative message or passionate idea to broadcast it to the world. And because of this, the site was full of unique, interesting individuals sharing their passion and creating content that truly mattered to them. While many content creators do continue to do this, these golden days of personal passion superseding business decisions are far behind us. So the question is, why and when did this happen? The largest issue we'll face in this analysis is YouTube itself is similar to a living organism, with small evolutions and mutations happening slowly as time moves on. One video may do something that achieves fame or viral status, and so another will follow it and copy it and do it better. Which video do we then say started it? The first attempt to create a concept or the first to perfect it? A visual example is on the screen now. These brilliant pictures are illusions of one thing morphing into another. We can all agree it starts as a bridge and ends as a ship. We can agree the swap happened somewhere around here, but the exact moment is impossible to mark. Much like this picture, we can all agree the early years of YouTube contain videos such as Me at the Zoo, Star Wars Kid, and Leroy Jenkins. These are all videos uploaded out of passion and belief that what they were doing was either personally significant or entertaining to other people within their same subculture. These videos were uploaded because the creators valued them as pieces of art. They were significant moments in the life of those who made them, and that moment was worthy of being shared. Contrast that with some of the latest offerings on the YouTube corporate machine. I browsed the YouTube trending page on a fresh install of Chrome on a cookie-free computer and was recommended the review for a new phone, a re-upload of the NFL halftime show, and a video about giving $10,000 shoes to an already rich person. These videos aren't made out of passion or personal connection to the content. They're either a direct advert, a re-upload of a corporate staged event, or a shameless display of wealth through consumerism.
I'm always shopping the Real.
And just
They
like
drop over
that,
10,000
that's
new
how YouTube today runs.
Pick and choose these examples specifically, then go to the trending tab and let me know when you find anything more artistically valid. To truly pinpoint the exact day YouTube died, this video will include all the major turning points and time periods when changes happened, and the few important videos that were major milestones in YouTube's history and thus shaped its future. With the intro out of the way and the goals set, let's examine the history of YouTube and see where it all started. The birth of YouTube. The early internet, for those who remember, was a Wild West-style wasteland. Everyone had a homepage with garish spinning GIFs and tiled repeating backgrounds. The few games sites we discovered hosted rudimentary Flash games, and Bebo reigned supreme as the social media of choice. Before graphic designers, talent scouts, and advertisers had discovered the awesome power of the internet, it was inhabited by those lucky few who had an internet connection, a computer, and the knowledge to make it actually work. With such a limited pool of people able to use it, the environment was much more specialized. Message boards and forums about specialized specific hobbies, text-based adventure games, and classic RuneScape were the go-to sites. Social media, as we know it today, didn't yet exist. Then, on February the 14th, 2005, YouTube.com was activated. The first video uploaded was titled Me at the Zoo, an 18-second long review of the elephants at San Diego Zoo by YouTube's co-founder, Jawed Karim. The early site design was typical for all sites of the time. Straight lines, a block color background, and a simple search bar. Nothing too flashy. In May of 2005,
That's a big difference, ladies and gentlemen. That is a big difference. Okay, I resume.
public was allowed access to a beta test version of YouTube, and the very first video to hit 1 million views was a Nike advert featuring the football star Ronaldinho. Looking back on it now, this should have been a grim example of where the site would go to. By December 2005, the site was receiving over 8 million views a day. In 2006, YouTube was bought by Google for $1.65 billion worth of Google stock. By 2007, YouTube was consuming the same amount of bandwidth as the entire internet did in 2000. I believe it's fair to say in only 2 short years, YouTube had established itself as the #1 video sharing site. And then, on August 2007, YouTube aired the very first advert from a major company. These adverts included TV spots for Fox, a trailer for the Simpsons movie, and an advert for BMW. These adverts were the beginning, I believe, of the golden age of YouTube. The golden age. The golden age of YouTube started in June 2007 with the launch of YouTube Mobile. Smartphones didn't take off globally until the early 2010s, but YouTube could see the direction society was heading, and YouTube Mobile ensured every person with a phone would also be a person watching YouTube. From June 2007, YouTube would enjoy a golden age that would last 12 years. During this time, its power and influence grew beyond all expectations. It would go on to attain more than 15 billion views per month. By February of 2017, over 400 hours of content were being uploaded every minute, creating a backlog of content physically impossible to watch all of. It was during these 12 years that, just like our morphing picture from earlier, changes would slowly creep in. The popular videos would morph, the viewer base and online landscape would shift and change, and ultimately, YouTube would have mutated so far past its original purpose, it's now a shallow husk of what it was. As I mentioned earlier, it's difficult to point to a single exact moment when a change or switch happens. So let's examine the major moments in the history of YouTube during this golden age and discuss how they're all stacked together to guide us to where we are now. All these changes happened simultaneously. They affect and interact with each other. So this isn't a direct timeline of events. It's more a compilation of causes. In 2007, YouTube began paying its content creators. This was a major move forward for those that uploaded popular or regular videos and made the possibility of being a professional YouTuber into a reality. Payment was based on views and adverts, so content creators now had a vested interest in beginning to make videos that would be popular, shareable, and engaging. At this time, content creators could simply keep focusing on what they were already well known for, as the audience was already watching them. Knowing views now meant income, the race for hundreds, thousands, and then tens of thousands of views now had a point beyond bragging rights. It meant money. The first video to hit 1 million views was an advert for Nike. Advertisers have often been notoriously slow to keep up with changing technology, but once they do, they'll drown it in paid promotion and endless marketing. YouTube's success placed it firmly in the crosshairs of every advertising company on earth. If this website was boasting millions of views a month, then getting your adverts there was essential. Print media and billboards are ancient relics by now, and being where your audience is can make or break a product. So YouTube started to expand their advertising. The unfortunate reality is that an advertising company, unlike a single YouTuber or even small group of YouTubers, has enough capital behind it to hire famous actors or sports stars and then promote the video. It is far easier to make money when you already have money. So those smaller content creators had to sit back and watch as the site they loved and lived for became swarmed by professional advertising agencies. Adverts were applied to many YouTube videos, from the
Donna.
pre-video ads to the banner ads at the bottom.
Now, this is where the dinosaur press start pressing the internet, because they were starting to look it showed the print advertising revenue start going down because people stopped printing, instead of everything's going digital. So the dinosaur media began to funnel, and they got billions of dollars at their disposal, began to funnel millions and millions of dollars into the digital market, to where they control the market, just like they control the paper.
Oh,
You don't see too many newspapers around anymore.
you don't.
They're all digital. You just buy subscriptions because of the corporate dinosaur press invested millions of dollars into dominating, controlling the narrative. Just like I think the U.S. shut down Russian Times newspaper online, I think about for a few hours ago. That just shows you the reach of the corporate dinosaur press that is trying to maximize their profits because they're losing money off the printing. So they'll just go to YouTube, and that's why you have Fox News, CNN, ABC, CBS, and all these other major corporate networks that are dominating, and these talk shows that are envious and jealous of YouTube bloggers who are just as more influential as they are on television.
You're right. Okay. I will resume. Thank you, Jack. Oh, Jack is so good with this.
Or larger adverts to the right-hand side, Then on November the 1st, 2018, YouTube released a blog stating they were considering placing 2 ads at the start of a video. And, dear viewer, we all know how well that decision went. YouTube was now closer to terrestrial TV than a video sharing platform, playing adverts before any video you wanted to watch. However, they were willing to open this benefit up to smaller creators too. YouTube determined the shortest a video can be to fit 2 adverts on it is 10 minutes. This meant all content creators could effectively double their advertising income by making videos that were several seconds over the 10-minute mark. Any less would be less income, and any more would be a waste. This is one of the major problems, the 10-minute mark, the optimal time for a video to receive maximum income for minimum effort. I'm going to leave this on the screen as it's one of the important factors that has brought us to where we are today. So YouTube content creators now needed to aim for slightly over 10-minute video if they wanted to keep the income stream at maximum. However, a study conducted by Microsoft in Canada has discovered the average human attention span is slowly going down, the main cause being various streams of media allowing a person to become more easily distracted. This information means, as a content creator, you have roughly 8 seconds to catch someone's attention, and if you fail to do that, they'll click away. As a creator, you have 2 ways of doing this. The first is the video thumbnail, the small image of the video you see before you click on it. Early YouTube simply created the thumbnail from a frame within the video itself, meaning what you could see was guaranteed to be a part of the video at some point. Then the system allowed the content creator to choose from a selection of frames within the video to be the thumbnail. This led to a wave of videos starting or ending on a specific frame to guarantee that frame was a thumbnail choice. And now, every video may have a custom thumbnail uploaded for it. This custom thumbnail is a small but major change, as it allows the content creator to effectively create a mini advert for this video and condense the content down into a small picture. Unfortunately, this often isn't the case, and instead, the thumbnail is used for shock value, reactionary anger, or straight-up dishonesty. With views and clicks now ruling the income and videos only needing to be 10 minutes long, the thumbnail is your chance to entice the viewer in, and this has resulted in the thumbnail becoming the single biggest lie in advertising. Red circles or arrows around meaningless parts of a picture, a shocked face edge highlighted in a block primary color, logos and company names. The thumbnail has gone from a real screenshot of actual content to a manufactured overlay designed to grab your attention and pull you in. It's important to note I'm not saying this is specifically a bad thing. It's simply another layer of advertising. But when combined with all the other changes, it does help explain how YouTube has slowly died. The second is the title. Related to the thumbnail, the video title has also morphed over the years. A title must be short enough to fit on screen, especially the important mobile market, but long enough to explain the video. If it fails to explain the video, it could instead shock, intrigue, or offend, as long as the result is the video being watched. And unfortunately, this tactic is much more effective. Humans are naturally emotional creatures, so a video titled, "Me and my friends act out a pre-planned situation, we have fun," wouldn't create an emotional response. But the video title, "Pranks in the Hood, Gone Wrong, Gone Sexual, Almost Died," do. You have the random capitalization.
Okay. That shows you an example of that people will use clickbait to draw you into the video, and then come to find out the video is not exactly what the title says, because they want to bait you into watching something that is not exactly what the title describes. Instead of me and my friends act out on the pre-planned situation, we have fun. Now, someone with a long attention span would be more in tune to that because they're very curious. Pranks in the hood gone wrong, gone sexual, almost died is attract people who has an extremely short attention span um, of 3.2 seconds
Mm-hmm.
versus someone with a long attention span of 12 minutes. The one who has a long attention span would want to know. Me and my friends act on a playing situation. We have fun. Okay, we're gonna find out what situation this was. Who was your friend? How how it ended up? That's someone with a long attention span. But someone says pranks in the hood, gone wrong, gone sexual, almost died. It's like a dopamine charge when you watch that title, and that's why it's in caps.
Oh, okay. Getting it. Mm. And I can't stand clickbait, and so many tubers do that. So many. That's so annoying. Once I see that, I unsubscribe immediately. Okay, I will resume.
To attract the viewer's eye, the good, playful nature of the word prank juxtaposed with the danger and socio-economic problems of the hood, and then the natural human responses to pain, sex, and death, creating an emotionally charged title that all but demands the curious or offended give it a click. The thumbnail and title changes are reflective of a larger change within the internet. The demographic shift away from older academia and towards preteen and teenage market. The majority of YouTube views are now from mobile devices and are from majority teenagers to early 20-somethings. The home computer and skill needed to access the internet in the early days meant it was an exclusive club. Only those with the patience to make it work had any access. It wasn't simply a case of clicking the app on your phone. It was sometimes a case of port forwarding so your firewall stopped blocking Command and Conquer. The PC, laptop, Mac, and smartphone situation has changed all of this. Suddenly, access to unlimited entertainment and media was widespread, and the viewing demographic of YouTube changed. It was no longer heavily focused on 20 to 40-something men and was now mainly children to older teens, a mix of all genders, cultures, and backgrounds. This demographic shift and ease of access meant the content creators and advertisers could have an absolute field day with the content they created and the way they marketed it. The younger a person, the fewer experiences they have had, and because they haven't had time to filter out the trash media, the more susceptible to both advertising and emotional manipulation they are. This meant content creators had to change what they were making to appeal to this new market and could market it in a much more direct, emotional way. The famous phrase, "the customer is always right," doesn't mean you can make unfair demands of a business. It means if there is a demand, the business should create a supply. And the demand for preteen, teenage, and young adult content and entertainment.
Now, this is what you call a textbook example of child exploitation. Instead of physically going out there exploiting children, now they're digitally exploiting children by using this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Had exploded along with the smartphone. A 1-hour lecture on the history of something may indeed be a fascinating video, but it's no longer what is demanded. The new audience want entertainment, and they want it now. Reactionary, celebrity, immediate. You may, as a functional adult, laugh at the video "Do Not Call Enderman from Minecraft at 3 a.m. 3 exclamation marks. You may laugh because the title is in all caps. It references the popular game Minecraft. It tells you to not do something which we all know children react badly to, and it uses the supposed demonic time of 3 a.m. All things a young viewer would emotionally react to, paired with a thumbnail of a shocked YouTuber holding a photoshopped phone with a big red arrow pointing at it. for a video of slightly over 10 minutes. You can laugh all you want because this specific video has 4.7 million views. That is a lot of advertising revenue. Now you may be shouting, it's parody, it's satire, it's done to tear down the thing it's supposedly being, to which the response is, 1, it still got clicked on 4.7 million times, and 2, for a parody to exist, then the original thing must also exist, and the original must be popular enough that the parody has also become popular. This video is so far the amalgamation of all the decisions we've looked at, but it doesn't end there. TV companies and film executives now saw the awesome viewer power of YouTube and began uploading clips from shows and movies extensively. Highlights from last night's reality singing show or whatever season of Survivor, Big Brother, Love Island, Dancing with the Stars, Kitchen Nightmares we're on now. TV shows realized that no one was watching their own catch-up services, and even if they were, it wasn't the demographic they were after. So 10-minute clips of the best TV flooded YouTube because the video hosting platform was, to them, nothing more than a second free advertising arena. Moving away from the larger companies and onto the content of the video itself, if you've watched any YouTube recently, you may have been asked to like and subscribe. And if you're a long-time YouTuber, you might be feeling the practice of being told to like and subscribe is becoming much more prevalent recently. And that's because you're right. The act of asking a viewer to like, subscribe, or ring the bell icon to receive notifications is done because of one simple truth. It works. Videos that remind people to do that receive more of it.
Everyone, please like, subscribe, and also hit that like, okay? And hit the alert. If you're into my kind of commentary, please do. I resume.
Get more clicks, more likes, and build the channel up faster. It's simple maths. Some of you may be saying when a video does this, it makes you less likely to do it. I'm afraid you are the exception and not the rule. Remember how the younger a viewer is, the less armored they are against the manipulation of the media. That's
a prime example of child exploitation.
Liking and subscribing to a channel all feeds into the channel's analytics. Creators can see what does and does not work and where their views are coming from. I am no exception. I'm able to see and access all the data I want regarding my videos, and that data tells me making this video is a bad idea, as most of my audience are MMORPG fans, not YouTube history fans. I'm going to add that as another major milestone, the asking for likes and subscriptions as another moment we went from being early YouTube to now. This action of asking for likes and subscribes all comes from content creators having access to their channel analytics, complex data and spreadsheets, charts and graphs that tell us exactly what, where, and who is viewing our content. We can see the average age, gender, geographical location, watch duration, how those videos were discovered, and when people clicked away, which videos led to which other. And knowing all of this is a double-edged sword. As a content creator, I now know exactly what I need to do to increase views and revenue. But on the other side, I now know exactly what I need to avoid. Videos which are not popular or do not interest my audience. It is this information that guides me to make both correct business decisions, even if they're not personally artistic or fulfilling. Knowing a video will make me happy but receive no views, or knowing a video will bore me to make but be popular, places me as a creator in an odd position. Do I follow my own passions and projects, or do I make what the people want? This access to analytics is another major YouTube change, because knowledge of what does and does not work fundamentally changes what a creator chooses to do. I am a big fan of game theory, but the sheer amount of Five Nights at Freddy's content they put out is staggering. Why do they put out so much Five Nights at Freddy's content? Well, because it gets views, and I'm willing to bet their analytics tell them to. Once a hobby becomes a job, it fundamentally changes. It is no longer about the maximum enjoyment for the participant. It's about financial compensation. In other words, it doesn't matter if you're happy, you need to get paid. This is a far shot from the YouTube of old, where videos were uploaded to entertain, intrigue, and educate. They're now uploaded simply to be watched. And it's often the young, immature, and unsuspecting who are tricked or manipulated into watching. With all the information available to us, any business-minded individual can see exactly what to do to make the most money. Create content aimed at younger children, preteen to teenage. Make the videos just over 10 minutes long, include reactionary and attention-grabbing thumbnails and inflammatory titles, and then make the content itself move at a breakneck pace. Lots of jump cuts to keep the short attention span. Lots of over-sexualized, gorgeous people, danger, mock violence, scary situations, references to popular things. A smart individual would realize the audience demands to be entertained, and it is not that discerning when it comes to content. And so they'd make videos featuring bad acting, fake situations, displays of imaginary wealth, or impossible stunts. And this is absolutely what YouTube has become. The rise of the prank channel in the late 2010s, the reality vlogger, the rich playboy or party girl sharing their life, the over-the-top angry reviewer. These are people entertaining an audience. It may not be clever or different or artistically deep, but it doesn't need to, because the audience that's there doesn't demand that. They simply demand content. With the audience watching these channels and these people constantly, we then inadvertently created a new breed of celebrity, one that has direct access to their fans and which fans can communicate directly with. The Hollywood heroes of years past were always impossibly out of the reach and lived off in fenced housing. But YouTube stars were different. They were real people you could leave a comment to, watch daily, see at conventions. YouTube became a platform for these content creators to not only entertain, but to enrapture the audience themselves. Certain people, just like actors or singers, became more important than the content they created. This is another major changing point in the lifespan of YouTube, the relatable celebrity. Anyone with access to YouTube could now dream of becoming a famous YouTuber. The 80s had children dream of being rock and roll stars. The 90s were full of aspiring actors and astronauts. And now, studies have shown us the most aspired job in primary and secondary schools is YouTuber or Twitch streamer. As with the creation of any celebrity, the advertising companies took immediate interest. Sponsorship deals have existed since celebrities have, with Roman gladiators being used to sell weapons or food, but the new normal was now the YouTube star, a popular personality you could trust, selling a product you needed. In the early days of YouTube, no one would have imagined a single person sitting in their bedroom full of artistic passions and the will to entertain could achieve this. A life as a superstar, company deals, and legions of adoring fans, yet here we are. This leads me on to the two final points before we take a look at the specific day YouTube died. On screen now is a picture showing the top 100 YouTube channels in 2010 and then again in 2019. The channels highlighted in red are ones started by a person or group of people we could refer to as YouTubers, passionate entertainers with a flair for showmanship and the drive to make videos. Channels not highlighted are owned by companies or corporations, groups who would simply see YouTube as a means to an advertising end. This picture tells us a sad story. That before the world's advertising executives decided to get their claws into YouTube, the top 100 channels are 80% YouTubers, people passionate about what they do, and 20% companies, people passionate about profits. Compare that with 2019, and we effectively see the opposite. Companies and corporations now make up around 72% of the largest YouTube channels. A platform designed to host videos is now mainly used for selling products, pushing consumerism. And maybe that's the way any platform within a free market goes. It's inevitable. It will eventually end up being used by those already rich to make them richer. YouTube proved itself by capturing the world and providing the best possible video hosting service, easy for anyone to access and anyone to join in with. And this, in turn, turned it into the world's largest supply of willing viewers for every advertising company ever. Smaller content creators who wanted to keep up now needed to adapt or die. Adapting meant copying the best practices of those who were already succeeding. In
Like
this
Kevin
case,
Samuels.
that's the large companies. Perhaps the largest advantage these companies have is the ability to put out vast amount of content in a relatively stable time frame. YouTube's algorithm favors content creators that produce 10-minute videos or more often, daily if possible, as bringing viewers back day after day is habit forming, a noted advantage to advertisers. A company with paid staff is able to create content 24/7 and so take advantage of the algorithm promoting their videos. A single creator is not. This means any young creator needs to devote a huge amount of time to creating and constantly putting out content, even if that means the quality suffers. Daily YouTubers value quantity over quality. Channels such as Every Frame a Painting or Ross's Game Dungeon may be high quality, well-written pieces, but because they're not daily, they won't be promoted. It's a content treadmill, and if you can't keep up, you'll be left behind. This is another important factor,
Donna.
important enough to list. Sticking to a schedule, easy for...
I mean, it's like the hamster wheel. I mean, you got to keep up, and it doesn't matter the quality; it matters the quantity. People with very short and anyway, I can't blame the content creators or the internet. I blame the people because when you have an extremely short attention span and IQ below 74,
Uh-huh.
you need constant dopamine into your brain day after day after day after day. You can't watch a video for once from a YouTuber for once a week. It's like cracks, like chasing a dragon. When you get that first fix, you need more, you need more, you need more, and you can't stop. And you get obsessed. That is the generation we live in of people who are obsessive compulsive, and they need their fix. And when they cut the internet off, then people will be jumping off the buildings.
Oh, you remember a few years ago when it went down for a quick second?
Mm-hmm.
I'd never seen so many YouTubers going crazy. Oh my God, I saw the monkey. What was down? I couldn't get him alive. They was going absolutely insane.
Well, I hope it happens for a little bit longer this time. I mean, we need some people off this earth.
Oh, let's be nice, Jen. Let's be nice.
I'm being nice.
Okay, I resume.
And if you can't keep up, you'll be left behind. This is another important factor, important enough to list. Sticking to a schedule, easy for a company, hard for an individual.
After using Tube Karma for literally just 3 months, they...
Corporate dominance happens slowly and insidiously and has now left YouTube a garish, ego-filled cesspool of high-quality content trapped on tiny islands within a maelstrom of crap we're pelted with every day. A sea of sludge masquerading as entertainment. Re-uploaded low-value TV shows and fake reaction videos take human emotion to the extreme for views, because views and subscribers are all that matter now. The content itself is a distant second. And this situation, I believe, came to the boiling point on the 29th of May, 2019, the day YouTube artistically and creatively died. The creative death of YouTube. Much like the picture of the ship emerging from the bridge illusion earlier, there is no single moment when YouTube morphed from what it was to what it is. It's a combination of various changes over a long time. But it's always nice to choose a single defining moment, one important act that we can point to as the moment of change. And I believe I can name it. During all of 2019, a young man from Sweden named Felix, known by his stage name PewDiePie, was locked in a bitter race against the Indian multi-million record and film company T-Series to become the first YouTube channel to reach 100 million subscribers. This was a phenomenal landmark for both YouTube and internet culture. In one corner, PewDiePie, a guy from Sweden who grew up playing video games, had worked hard, and carved out his niche in gaming culture. He created videos of him playing games, reacting to popular videos, and interacting with his fans. You do not need to like PewDiePie to like what he represents, the original idea of YouTube. The idea that anyone could, with hard work and passion, find a place, gain attention, and entertain people. PewDiePie may not be your favorite YouTuber. You may dislike him or even hate him. But his place within internet and YouTube culture and history is that of the single passionate person, doing what he loved and entertaining those that also enjoyed it. On the other side of this battle is T-Series, an Indian multi-million company founded in 1983, which began uploading YouTube videos in 2010, mostly film trailers and music videos. This was a company simply designed to make money through music and film. That's not necessarily a bad thing. All companies attempt to make money. But for T-Series, YouTube was not a home or a culture. It was a means to an end, an advertising platform to further the reach of its manufactured products. I'm not saying you have to dislike T-Series or that companies are bad. I'm saying T-Series represents the use of YouTube by companies in a strictly profitable business decision and nothing more. During May 2019, both T-Series, the multi-million company, and PewDiePie, a guy with a camera, were locked in a neck-and-neck race to reach 100 million subscribers. Countdowns were set up, live trackers were added, and people watched in anticipation. PewDiePie was supported by some of YouTube's most well-known content creators, but unfortunately, on the 29th of May 2019, T-Series reached 100 million subscribers first, beating PewDiePie by roughly 4 million people. It is this day, the day a multi-million pound company beat a...
That shows you corporation money versus an individual who a lot of people like. I mean, he wasn't going to win that race because he's going up against corporation.
Okay.
A very powerful corporation with unlimited resources and have access to massive bandwidth as well as servers. PewDiePie just had a high-end computer, a camera, and audience.
Oh, yeah, big difference. Big difference. Okay, I resume. It's almost done, ladies and gentlemen.
Guy in a room with a camera that I believe YouTube artistically died. Some people celebrated, some people cried, and some didn't care at all. But it was this day that represented something more than just a single channel reaching a certain milestone. It represented the fact that multi-million pound conglomerates were here to stay, and they were winning. YouTube is now the home of companies and corporations' advertising campaigns. YouTube celebrities are paid to use certain makeup, play certain games, or wear certain clothes. TV shows are uploaded moments after they've aired. Film trailers, songs by famous artists are pushed and recommended. Rich people living rich people lives dominate and control the majority of the YouTube trending page because views matter more than content. YouTube will continue to push this because the audience YouTube now has demands more content just like this. And so now you can be a YouTuber and upload whatever you like. But if you want to treat it as a job and become successful, then you best get ready to make a video that's just over 10 minutes with an over-the-top reactionary thumbnail and emotionally charged title, fast editing and quick cuts. Remember to ask for those likes and subscribes. Remind people to ring the bell. Maybe include a TV show or film or game, because YouTube as a job is all about hitting your analytics. YouTube is a brilliant website and is home to some of my favorite content creators: Mauler, JXC, The Lockpicking Lawyer, Carl Jobs, The Spiffing Brit, Saberspark, Larry Bundy, Pro Jared, Miracle of Sound, all people who follow their passions and create content they value and care deeply for. And all have found success in their own specific way, both financially and artistically. But when Baby Shark can get more views than all of these channels combined, because that's what the audience want, then I have to admit that YouTube, at least artistically and creatively, is dead. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Okay, Jack, Dome, would y'all like to share your thoughts? And if anybody wants to come up, feel free. We have open chat for a few minutes here. Ooh. Dome, you sound low. You sound low. Uh-oh, a little buzzing. Oh, darn it. No, you sound extremely low and buzzing. Well, it's not buzzing right now, but it was very low. Okay. All right. Jack, you have something you would like to share?
Yeah, it just shows you can't beat the corporation unless you're kissing their ass. I mean, excuse my language.
Mm-hmm.
Is you can't beat the corporation. I mean, they saw that the internet was going to be the thing, that be it, all of it, and they just manipulated algorithms. I mean, they buy views, they buy subscribers, they buy likes, they can buy their way, just like the Spotify. People can buy their way to the #1 song. It happens all the time in the music industry as well. They buy people out. Leroy Cohen is one freaking example of that does that. They will buy out the streams and make it #1 and make the money back.
Oh, darn it, it's buzzing. Yeah. Are you using headphones or something? Maybe it might be headphones.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, you sound a little bit louder now. Go ahead, try again.
Can you hear me?
Yes. You good now? Oh, did I lose
Can you
you?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Dome.
Okay, my bad. Sorry about that, people.
No, that's okay. It happens.
Oh, yeah. So I did hear the video in its entirety. There's a few things that I don't know he didn't mention, which was with that thumbing down dislike and like thing. It's like because when you like a video, it also kicks it in the out there in the algorithm, which makes it searchable, easy to be searched, easy to be found when you type in the search engine. So let's say you're looking for a certain article or something, a certain story, if you will, depending on how many likes you got, and just the type of content you put out and the type of content creator you are, your video might be on top of that search engine. And that's how a lot of people get the views they get. They capitalize off the likes and all that. That's why people are always saying hit the likes. Another thing is those thumbnails that add for shock value and to draw people in. It's not just to draw people in too, it's also to get the clicks and to get the money and stuff too that comes with the clicks. So when people see, like a body or something, and the person is like, with a Macaulay Culkin face, a Home Alone face, and everybody's they're drawn to it. So they're going to click it. So that he's instantly, or her is instantly getting all them clicks just off that thumbnail. So it's not just the shock value. It's also, let's say that if they have ads running, they're actually getting revenue for that, all those clicks and stuff too. So that's why a lot of people do that too. They also do it for the shock value too, to get popular and get the likes and stuff and stay in the search engine.
But I know when people do that clickbait, that's false links. I think there's even a thing that you could pick on a content creator and say it's a clickbait or false. Like I said, today I'm going to show you how to bake cookies within 10 minutes. But I'm actually showing you when you get on, I'm like, oh, everybody's excited to see this. But now I'm not doing no cookies. I just want y'all to come on because I want to show you when we put brakes on a car. So you misleading. When people do stuff like that, I think it's a choice. Isn't it a choice, though? On there,
well, we gotta. I don't mean to cut you. We gotta understand clickbaiting is how a lot of people are winning. That's how they getting millions of views and millions of dollars. And also, I would have to disagree with them. I don't think YouTube is failing. I don't think social media is failing. I actually think social media is taking over. And I think pretty soon, if not already, a lot of people are just going to be on social media. There's not even going to be a need for your TV unless you're connected to social media on your TV. Because I don't even really watch TV.
I think he's talking more like the creativities of these,
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It doesn't matter about creativity. It doesn't matter who's following you. People are going to be on YouTube. People are following smaller YouTubers and bigger YouTubers. People just want to be entertained. People want to find content. People are not watching TV anymore. So it doesn't matter how big or small you are. So I disagree with him on that. Smaller content creators actually create some of the better, if not more thought-provoking content, because a lot of people don't watch them. So I could get away with a lot of stuff on my channel because I know a lot of people's not going to watch it. So I could say a lot of stuff on it that a lot of people are like, they might bypass it. Some people might not even watch the whole video, And then when he was saying, the 10-minute, the length of videos and all that, that's one of the reasons why I shrunk the duration of my videos down, because I didn't want to go minutes upon minutes of doing stuff. So I'll probably make like a 50-second video because people's attention span is so low. And some people are just so fidgety and they don't want to sit and watch or hear people for a long time, for long periods of time. So I get straight to the point. If people want more detailed videos, they'll look for it. But the way the world is going, people want quick videos. They want the ASAP.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody wants the quick, to the point with long drawn out videos and stuff. Because even I ain't gonna lie, because some people's videos I watch and it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to speed and fast forward, and that's why I do like timestamps. I know like my live streams can be long, which I have cut back a lot compared to what I used to first do it. And I put the timestamps so hopefully it will help people to navigate and get to it. Like I said, attention span. People just want to know straight to the point. Let's get to it. Not all
I
that
think
extra stuff.
I think it just depends on the kind of content you put out too. So I switch it up here and there. I'll go long and I'll do like a 3 hour stream, but then I'll do 50 seconds uploads. You know what I mean? So I change it up. So if we talking about something worth talking about, it's gonna be long. But if I just want to throw out something, it's gonna be 50 seconds or maybe a minute. I don't want people to come in and then they're just like, I don't want to do it. But I mean 50 seconds. I mean you can sit for 50 seconds. I mean that's
You
nothing.
got to trick the audience, Dome. You got to
Yeah.
trick their spans to make it longer. Give
You
them 50
can't
seconds and dig them 3 hours.
you can see the only reason why live streams go longer and I don't have a problem with if I catch a live stream like while it's going like something like this, I don't mind sitting through the whole thing because I was there from the beginning and I want to, especially if the topic's interesting, I don't mind being there for a long time. I hate watching replays of the live because there might be questions that you might want to ask, and that's what I like about being in a live in real time. Even if you're in a chat or on a panel or whatever, I like asking the questions during the live, and you can't do that when you watch the replay. So that's what sucks with live.
Well, if you the content creator, if you know the replay, you can ask questions in there, and they should, hopefully the content creator will respond back. I know a lot of these big YouTubers they don't do it,
But,
but they'll
but
respond back, and that's engagement, and that shows your interest, and to the tuber likes that. I know I do when they ask me questions.
but yeah, sometimes you forget though. Sometimes like if you watch one of mine and it's 3 hours long, you might have something in your head. Then around hour two, you might forget it.
Well, you have a
And
point.
I don't know how to do a chapter thing yet. It's not letting me do it, but that's what I'm saying. You might lose a thought, and it might be it might be a great thought. It's like if we were live, so you could have asked that, but because it's like a 3 hour stream, now it's like, oh, I forgot that. What was I? Well, then you got to go back, and then if you don't have chapters, then you got to then they're sitting there looking, and then now you're frustrating people. Now it's like now they're getting mad and all that. So
Yeah. You have a point there. Yeah, you don't want to frustrate the viewers. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Jack? But that was some good points, though. Something to think about. Anything else you want to add?
I think
Jack?
y'all summed it up. I think y'all summed it up in a nutshell. Is that people are going to watch social media regardless. Social media is the new television, however you look at it, because corporations are moving everything over to the digital age instead of the radioactive waves in the printing age. So YouTube's going to be around regardless. They're already offering subscriptions $40 a month for YouTube cable.
They're making money, right? Woo!
They're making billions of dollars. And don't talk about those.
This is the head. This is the head chick in charge, right?
Yeah, the CEO.
She's chilling as we speak, and money just going in her bank account.
And let's not talk about those three humongous super server warehouses they have under the water.
Okay.
Definitely got to read up on that. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Put us on some game, brother.
Sir?
Jack?
Yeah, sir.
Did we lose you, Jack? Did we lose you?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh,
I just a little crackling here and there, but
okay.
no, YouTube has warehouse storages that one service storage got so big they had to put it underwater. Yeah,
I gotta look this one up.
Yeah, I gotta look
like
that
your
up too.
internet line.
You was like,
Well, your
I
internet
know we out
lines.
here quiet because we like, what is Jack talking about?
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean, your internet lines is in the water, in the sea. Your fiber lines is under the sea. Yeah. Yeah. So if Russia or whatever wants to take our internet, they can just shoot those missiles in that area where that
That's
line is.
PG.
Oh wow, that's scary too. At the same time,
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we don't want to mess with Russia,
no, you don't want to do that.
Well, let's not get into
especially with
that.
the hackers.
Let's
It's
not get
yeah,
into all of
we-
that. Let's not get into all that. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have a closing thought that you want to say before we wrap this up? And then I'm going to give my closing thought here. And you'll have a brief closing thought before I give mine, or
Yeah, it might not be brief, but I wanted to really touch on that the first YouTube video, or it might be brief. The first YouTube video that was on YouTube. I don't know if anybody ever seen it because I seen it. It was kind of boring, but when you look at the first video and then you see that the videos that you see today, it's crazy how YouTube has evolved and
yes,
what it's turned to over the 15 years. And the content to me is so different. There's so many different uh, different content creators that deliver different styles and genres and different topics and all that. And it's just like, wow. Just imagine what it's going to be like in the next 20 years. You know, what is I mean, is YouTube going to be around? That's a question. Or is it going to be something even more different or even more evolved? I would say I like the direction social media is going. I mean, I don't like the clickbaiting and stuff like that. I'm not really into all that. But at the same time, social media, you look at YouTube as a whole, look at what it offers. You can watch cartoons you grew up watching, music videos that I don't know where else you can see them at. It offers so much, and then you can get other people's perspective on what's going on in life. I mean, you could do that on Facebook as well, but I mean, YouTube is just such a big platform that offers so much that I think that it's only going to get better, in my opinion. I think it's going to evolve, in my opinion. Small content creators and big content creators, in my opinion. Is everybody there?
Donna.
Oh, sorry. I was on mute. Sorry, everybody. Okay. I agree with you, Tom. I heard everything you said. I actually pressed the mute. Jack, do you have a quick closing thought? And then I'm going to wrap this up because we passed an hour here. You have a quick closing
No, y'all summed it up. Thank y'all.
Okay. And thank you, Jack, for breaking down the different parts. Thank you for coming to the rescue. Okay. So I'm going to basically just give my closing thoughts. Stay tuned because I'm going to do another video and I'm going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a YouTuber. And I'm going to focus on more of etiquette and fake supporters and etiquette. And we'll focus more on that one. And hopefully Jack and Dawn will be co-hosting with me on that one. And that's especially that day if anybody want to come on and share their thoughts and opinions of being a content creator, And what I say about that, I think this was a very interesting video. I think the guy did a phenomenal job breaking it down, like getting back into the history of everything. And I see how a lot of things have changed. And YouTube is it's a great platform. I mean, anything I want to learn, shoot, I'm trying to figure out how to make this Haitian soup. Just go on YouTube and they show you how. Co-worker made some soup. It's like so good. Oh my gosh, I got to figure out how. So YouTube is a great thing. Anything you want to learn how to knit or whatever, huh?
Donna, I didn't mean to cut you off. How I learned how you see them wonderful, beautiful meals on my wall? YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Them beautiful gourmet looking meals on my wall. Please go check my wall out. YouTube taught me that. I just wanted to put that up. Desserts and all too.
If
YouTube.
you want to go out here and learn, you get ready to go buy a car. How should I talk to the salesperson? Go to YouTube. So you won't get rid of everything. If you have a baby, how to take care of your kids, or how to, what's the proper snacks to give your kids during the summertime when they off of school. YouTube, everything. But this was interesting and stuff. And, like I said, I do think it takes away a lot with people's creativity. It's kind of hard because mainly you're supposed to just do what people like to get those clicks and views and people to be engaged and to stay. But when you was going back, let's go back. When you said something about with the likes, I feel likes do help, but I don't think it has too much weight if the content creator, if the viewers are not engaging and they're not watching the video, or at least half of the video. You understand? So, because I know it's a lot of, I basically want to share this for the other one I was going to get into, but I know it's a lot of people, they'll come in and say, hey, Donna, I'm coming to show you some love. I hit the like, and then they're gone. Okay, that was nice and all, but you didn't stay. You didn't engage.
Sister Donna, I think the likes and all that, the tags was for the search engine, I believe. So when people are typing up certain stories, you might see your video up there. I think I could be wrong.
Because I think it's a package. It's about, what I've learned over the years over here. The package is when people come in, they stay, they engage, and hit the like and they leave feedback. That shows that people is interested. That could be with live streams, uploads, premieres, or whatever you put up. If somebody puts up a 10-minute video and they only watch 30 seconds or 2 minutes, but they hit the like, YouTube is going to look at, well, this video must not be interesting because 10 minutes, people could even stay for 6 minutes. So poof, they're gone. Or the live stream was an hour and they only watch 5 minutes. They came in and they just left. That does affect your algorithm a lot, and people don't realize that. And the thing that bothers me when it be other tubers, they know this and they doing it too. It's like, I'll say that for the next one. I'm going to get into the good and the bad and ugly of being a YouTuber. But other words, YouTube is a great place, and stay positive. The votes was here. Oh, Jack, read the votes. But one thing I have to say is, if people want to make it a full-time job, good luck with it. Just stay focused, because there's a lot of ups and downs with it. Or if you're doing it just to make a little extra money on the side, nothing wrong with that. Everybody can use some extra money for some gas or whatever the deal is.
Donna?
Or to do it for fun. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read the votes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. It says, are you trying to make YouTube a full-time income? 29% says absolutely. Okay. 7% says no way. 36% extra income. Sounds reasonable. 29% just for fun making videos. Yeah.
I'm in that percentage, that percentile. I think I put fun because I didn't think there's no category for what I put, because I didn't get on here for money or anything like that. If you do make money, I'm not knocking anybody, because that's something that they wasn't talking about on there. Everybody is getting donations on here and making their own brand, and people are starting their fame on YouTube. People are getting famous from YouTube. So I'm not knocking anybody for that. I just didn't get on social media for that. I think I just got on it just to, give my commentary on a lot of stuff.
Hey, I want to run from office one day, and I don't want all this coming back on me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. I supposed to stop this a long time ago, but thank you so much for your feedback, sharing your thoughts and opinions. Stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real commentary, and I also will be doing another video, the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a YouTuber, and it's gonna be about etiquette and about fake supporters. So I usually do that kind of stuff once a year and stuff, and I do kind of ruffle people's feathers. Hey, if they get ruffled, I'm so sorry. If you want to unsubscribe, hey, it is what it is. But thank you for everybody who's been here, because it was a long live stream and engaging and sharing your thoughts and opinions. And thank you, gentlemen. And y'all stay there, don't disappear. Okay, bye everyone, and have a blessed one.